All right, Shalom. Shalom, giving all praise and glory and honors unto Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is another edition of GMS News and Prophecy. And this is an article from CNN.com. And this would be an update on basically on prophecy and where they want to go with this mark of the beast, but they're implementing the technology and the usage of digital payments, cashless payments, slowly, into society. Of course, using digital payments and cashless payments are going to eventually lead to the mark of the beast. So this is from CNN.com. It's from June 3rd, 2020, the year of prophecy. And it says, when we go back to eating out, more of us will pay with our phones. So this is what they're trying to push out here to the public, okay? It says major restaurant chains are trying to make it easier for customers to get their food without touching anything but their own phones. It's a trend that started before the pandemic hit and has only accelerated as consumers in restaurants adjust to a new normal where contact with others is discouraged. Yeah, because basically now, pretty much if you want anything from a restaurant, you have to basically order it on your phone, or, call it in online or use one of these apps, these are food delivery apps to get your food, and some even your groceries, which is something that is called normalcy bias, which means that basically in order to implement a certain change, you implement it slowly, which is also gradualism as well. But basically, the more you see something, the more biased you are to it, the more indifferent you are. So the more people are getting used to just, ordering their food or using the card over the phone or digital payments, then that eventually becomes a new normal. All right. So it says now restaurants are betting people will want to peruse digital menus instead of physical ones and opt for mobile ordering rather than paying in the register with cash or credit card. It says the handling of cash creates consumer concerns about the spread of viruses. Starbucks CEO Kevin Johnson wrote in an open letter in early May describing the company's plan to reopen. See, and this is, like I said, gradualism, and it's eventually going to lead to digital currency, which all these Federal Reserve banks, central banks around the world are already here in America and around the world. They're already putting their developers into action on creating a digital currency. China has one that they're testing out. Sweden has one they're testing out as I speak, along with, I believe, Japan and other countries are getting involved in digital currency. So this is what they're this is basically how they're doing it in America, getting people used to these mobile digital orders and mobile and digital payments in order to say, okay, well, we're just going to transfer to, if I'm using cash, and they're using this so-called pandemic as a way to create general concern for making this change. So now it says he noted that Starbucks is adding new features to his app to include voice ordering through Siri and more opportunities for rewards. See, these are your incentives, and they're going to push these incentives when it comes down to introducing the microchip implant. Okay. It says the app already shows which restaurants have mobile order and pickup so that customers can plan their visits and manage expectations before they get to the store. Johnson predicted that the mobile app will become the dominant form of payment, which what's the next step? The microchip implant, and that's already something that's in the news now. You know, all you got to do is type in microchip implant, and all kinds of news is going to pop up. You know, so you Israelites out there, you know, there's no excuse for not knowing what the mark of the beast is. I don't need to get the scripture. We know the scripture. Okay. It says other chains are encouraging customers to make use of digital apps for ordering and payment when possible. Okay. It says Jose Seal, CEO of Restaurant Brands International, which owns Burger King, Popeyes, and Tim Hortons, said in May that the company has expanded its mobile order and pay capabilities to help make sure it is increasingly contactless. And it has made delivery available at hundreds of restaurants that didn't have the option before. So this is what they're doing. They're going to contactless and cashless. But then you have Israelites that saying that, oh, well, you know, this society is not going to go cashless. You know, as far as digital payments and stuff, you already have them. Listen, man. Okay. This is the coming future, in the middle of everything that's happening. Everything is leading to an end game. You know, the coronavirus, you know, this pandemic that they say is happening, that's leading to what? That's leading to exactly what you see here. Contactless payments. You don't want to use cash. Social distancing. These riots and protests are leading to martial law. It's all about the elites of Esau, Edom, Rothschilds, Rockefellers. It's all about who the world knows as the Illuminati now. You know, they're trying to create a new wicked world order in the earth where they're in control. So this is all a part of it, okay? Scaring the people into concern about what they're doing, to where they'll take whatever solution that the government gives forth, okay? So it says Darden, which owns Olive Garden and Longhorn Steakhouse, is asking customers to use mobile pay when available as part of reopening guidelines. Mobile apps are a boon to restaurant chains. They provide a line of communication with customers, allowing companies to promote products or deals directly, learn about customers' purchasing habits, and encourage loyalty with rewards. And that's how they're going to push the microchip. Believe that. Okay? It's all about incentives, getting the people to want to take it. It says, plus, people who use apps to order and pay tend to spend more. Well, you're going to have to spend more because they tack on a lot of delivery fees and things like that. Let's see. Pandemic boost. People stuck at home are turning to pickup and delivery more than they ever have, sending digital sales at restaurant chains through the roof. Okay? At Chipotle, digital orders in the first 3 months of the year grew 81% to 372 million, our highest ever quarterly level, Chief Technology Officer Kurt Garner told CNN Business in an email. With dining rooms closed and delivery being the fastest growing part of our digital platform, we see a limited number of cash payments used over the last 2 months. He added, during the pandemic, Chipotle is not accepting cash in areas where local jurisdictions have prohibited cash payments, Garner said. Hey, so who's prohibiting cash payments? The local jurisdictions, the governments, okay? Because that's who's ultimately in control of everything, the government, all right, under the orders from the international bankers, okay? The rulers of the darkness of this world. So cashless and digital payments are becoming the future here in America and around the world, man. So what you're seeing is a new image, a new system being set up in the earth. So you know I am going to get the scripture. You know, I thought about it. As a matter of fact, let's see here. I'll go to it right here. Religion 13th chapter. On speed dial. So now let me get down to the point. Revelation 13 and 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That's a new system. This new normal. All right, they're calling it the new normal. That's the new image. Okay, you will use social distancing. You wear masks. Not crowds more than 10. Curfews, military in the streets, Um, you know, you know, of course, not using cash, digital payments. That's a new system, to where the government says you can do this, you can't do that. Businesses, you can do this, but you can't do that. Okay, so they're giving life into this new image. It says that the image of the beast, because the beast is the system, NATO. These different countries and governments that are in jeopardy. They're now coming together to say, well, this is how we're going to run our world now. Okay. It says that the image of the beast should both speak. All right. So it has a voice now through what? Through different legislation, different orders, executive orders, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast. So if you don't want to participate, if you're not wanting to participate in this new system, then there's going to be consequences. It says that the image of the beast should be killed, and that's definitely going to come once martial law is declared, which is already basically declared, but as it ramps up. Okay. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, it's your digital, your mobile phone. It's payments. Everybody has a mobile phone now. That's something that came over the last decade. So now what's next to happen? Actual mark, and that mark is charagma, something to etch and to cut into the skin. Okay. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Hey, well, in this new emergent society, according to the article, cash is basically out the door. So unless you have a smartphone, you won't be able to buy or sell. So now in the future, according to the prophecy of the mark, if you don't have the microchip implant, then you're not going to be able to buy or sell. Okay? Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and this number is 666. And that's you've seen the different videos, Bill Gates and these other legislations using 666, because that's the vibration that they're under in order to get the mark of the beast in play. So now let's see the judgment for taking the mark of the beast, the microchip implant. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark. So if you participate and comply with this new system, and not saying that, social distancing or wearing a mask, now you got the mark of the beast. Okay, it says worship, meaning you give your mind to it. Wholeheartedly. Of course, you do what you got to do day to day, but it says, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So if you comply with the system to the point where you take the microchip implant, because it's one thing to do what the law says to do, but it's another thing to go against, the morals of the scriptures, the laws of the scriptures. So if you receive this microchip in your forehead and in your hand, it says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. So you're going to feel the wrath of the Lord himself. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. That's nuclear missiles via World War III. I did a video on that the other day. And there's going to be more developments on that topic with nuclear missiles and countries like Russia, China, Libya, Iran coming together against America and Israel. Okay? So it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Because Yahweh Shah himself is going to deliver the elect, the chosen ones. And during that time, that's when the destruction of America is going to take place. Verse 11, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai. So as more and more of these businesses in these places move towards digital payments and digital currency, then that's going to be more of an infrastructure for the government to say, well, the microchip implant is mandatory. And we all know by now that that's the mark of the beast. You know, so of course, watch and pray. You do your day to day in the spirit. And have faith. That you won't take this, this mark, because the world is changing. There's a new image, a new system emerging because of this crises, these different crises here in 2020. But that's the prophecies of the scriptures. So with that, hope this was edifying. All praises, all glory, and all honor goes into Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kodash. The honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.